Hi, I'm Gabi from Roy Studios, and today I have the new Boya wireless lab system. Boya had sent me this mic for review. They did not pay me to do this video, neither they telling me what to say or they get to see this video before I post it online on YouTube. With that being said, let's do a quick unboxing. Alright, let's pop this open. Inside the box we have quite a few accessories. Here we have the foam tips, alligator clips. We have a couple of windshield filters, couple of cables to charge these devices. We have the cable to connect to your camera or smartphone, a couple of lavalier microphones that come included for free. We have a very nice carrying pouch, then some documentation like the quality control card, stickers, guarantee card, and of course the instruction manual. Then, as it is to be expected, we have both transmitters and receiver. All looks pretty similar, and I gotta say, I like this design. As you may have noticed, I have already started this video with this lavalier mounted on my collar neck. You can see it right here. And of course I have the receiver mounted on my Canon EOS R6. First, this is not a treated environment. Even see, you can see some noise panels behind me. This is just my home office and the noise panels are only behind me and nowhere else. Another thing very important is the place where I live right now, there is a lot of constructions going on. Actually on both sides of my apartment. So you might hear some noise, some knocking noise, some clicking noise. It's because, yeah, you might pick up some of that noise. If you don't hear the noise, well, that means it's pretty good because it's rejecting noise. Basically, this is a pickup pattern that just goes omnidirectional. So it's supposed to pick up my voice very well, but none of the other environmental noises. That being said, let's first take a quick look or a closer look at the transmitters. As you've seen in the unboxing, we have here a windshield cover, and this one is stick there pretty nicely, but doesn't have the twist to lock like the new wireless Rode Wireless Go that you twist to lock, like so many other mini wireless systems that they have this system. So you still need to be careful with this. Once you put it in there, it hangs in there nicely. You can see I give it a nice tag and it's still in there. Now the great thing about this, so this is the second transmitter because I already have one in here, but I'm gonna show you quickly with this one. All of them have Type-C ports. Let me see if I can show you this. All of these have Type-C ports. We have a couple of buttons, and then we can control the volume directly from the transmitter. So for people like me that I'm going solo today. I don't have my cameraman today and he was busy, so I can mute the microphone, set the volume up and down, and I can also enter some settings. And how I do that? Well, let me turn this on. I was pushing the wrong button. Here we go. Let's turn this on and check this out. We have a little screen. So there is a screen in all of these transmitters and receivers, and you can see what's the volume, what's the signal, the amount of battery, and you can change the volume. Also, I'm pretty sure right now it's picking up both microphones at the same time, so I'm gonna turn this one off. But basically, that's very helpful to have a little screen. Considering the price on these lavalier systems, wow, I'm very impressed. They have a screen, they have Type-C connection, and one more thing, check this out. You can clearly see on the back there is some pin connections, which means somewhere along the line, Boya is going to be releasing some sort of like a charging case, and that's going to be really nice. Sort of like the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. You can hear the noise. I'm so sorry about this, you guys, but it's basically going on forever. They never stop. It's just like continuously going boom, boom, and but I know if you cannot hear it, that's great, and if you can hear it, I truly apologize for that. So I gotta say, this is how it sounds like directly mounted in my collar neck. I can see the signal is coming a little bit hot, maybe because I'm talking a little loud when I hear this noise, but I'm gonna take a little break and I'm gonna be connecting the lavalier right here. So I already set it up with the phone tip and the alligator clip, and I'm getting back to you in just a second. This is what I'm dealing with every single day. Anyway, I hope the noise is not too much. I plugged the lavalier microphone. You can see the cable is going to my collar neck. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go outside, do a rain stage, listen to the audio, how it sounds like so far, and I get back to when it's a little bit more quiet. I am out outdoors, and you can see there is no more construction noise. That is great, but there is a lot of wind noise. I mean, it's very, very windy. Thankfully, these microphones can include it with a windshield cover that attaches directly into the transmitter. So I'm no longer using the lavalier. I switch back to the transmitter directly in my collar neck. Right now, I'm gonna start the rain stage. So I'm approximately 2 meters from my camera. I'm gonna be walking in that direction. I'm gonna be stopping every 10 meters or so, so we can make this test range a little bit more dynamic and fast. So I'm gonna go, and by the way, the distance is more or less calculated by eye. So every one long step that I give is around a meter. This is how I normally do my range stage. I can see that the levels are coming a little bit hot. So what I'm gonna do is, since this can adjust the level from the transmitter, see how cool that was? I don't need to get behind the camera, play with the receiver, or go into the camera settings. I can just do it from the transmitter. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna start this range stage right now. Here we go. So that is approximately 10 meters. By the way, every time I talk facing the camera, you can see that I'm talking. I guess you can see because I'm gonna start getting smaller into the frame, so you might not see my mouse. But basically, when I turn around, when I'm not in line of sight, that you cannot see if I'm talking, I'm gonna raise my hand so you know that I'm talking. You can see there is a lot of wind. So this is approximately maybe 20 meters right now. I think the first stop was a little bit more than 10 meters, but now we are average 20 meters, and this is how it sounds like in line of range. I'm gonna turn around, put my hand up so you know that I'm still talking. Approximately. Okay, I am now roughly 30, it looks like more than 30 meters. I think I'm not calculating very well the distance, but should be around 30 to 40 meters. I mean, I'm pretty far. This is line of sight. I'm gonna turn around. This is no line of sight. I'm gonna keep walking. So this should be somewhere around 40 meters. Have some people walking into my frame. That should be all right. Yeah, this is line of sight, 40 meters. So Boya claimed 100 meter range, which is pretty damn good for such an affordable unit. Also considering there is a small. So this is not my hand up, so you know I'm talking. At this point, I think there should be some interference. I'm barely camera. I gotta be really far by now. I guess this is like at least 50 meters. And I don't want to leave my camera unattended. I have no cameraman today. Yeah, this is at least 50 meters. I would say maybe 60. This is line of sight, and I'm pretty confident that it's probably okay. By the way, I wonder how it sounds with all this wind coming from all directions. It's gonna be a little bit noisy with this wind, even so I have the windshield cover. And I'm gonna give it the last try. So this is, I don't know how long this is. This is pretty damn far. I know line of sight, I guess should be okay. I mean, I'm surrounded by really tall buildings in here. I came to shoot here because I saw that the tall buildings will kind of cut a little bit of the wind. It doesn't, but yeah, I'm very far. I can barely see the camera right now. I mean, I have the backpack next to the camera that's really small. I can barely see it, and I'm pretty far. So this is line of sight. I'm gonna turn around. I guess I'm gonna give it one last try, see how far I can go. Okay, that's gonna be pretty damn far. I can no longer see the camera anymore, cannot see the tripod. This is gonna be at least 70 meters, I'm quite far. And this is line of sight. Incredibly windy right now. You can probably see the trees are shaking all over the place. They're dancing for me. Maybe in line of sight this will be still okay, hopefully. And I'm gonna turn around. What do you know? Construction noise here too. The just started. It's following me. No matter where I go, there is always some construction going around here in China. Anyway, I hope that's not too distracting. Maybe you cannot hear much about that noise. It's going like, I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, hopefully you cannot hear it or it's not too distracting. But I thought that I could maybe finish this review right here, outdoors, since in my home it's actually even more noisy than it is in here. Even so, here is windy and there is also construction noise. It seems to be some building not that close. Anyways, so the new Boya wireless lab system, what can I say? You know, for a long time, I've been using the Boya WNK2 Pro. There's a mic that I reviewed like a couple of years ago. You can see that review right there, clicking there in the corner, not in this leaf, but somewhere in the corner of this video. And that's a mic that served me so well for such a long time. It have outstanding audio. It's slightly better range than some of these mini lab mics that, you know, they flood the market right now. There are so many of these mini little microphones from so many companies. They come out of nowhere. And I was still using the Boya WNK2 Pro because the audio quality was above average. And I guess this is the mic from Boya that replaced the old model. This is supposed to replace the Boya WNK2 Pro with a slightly better audio quality than most of these mini lab microphones. It have a slightly better range, so without line of sight, it's definitely better than most of these mini lavalier microphones. Most of them, because the Rode Wireless Go 2, it does have better range than this one, but not by much. But generally speaking, this is pretty good range, pretty good audio. It have better endurance, so the battery life, they claim about 7 hours. It depends how you use it, of course. If you're going to use both transmitters with the receiver, the distance you're going to be using it with. But generally speaking, that's kind of good, 7 hours. Let's say then you get 5, but even with my Rode Wireless Go 2, I don't even get to 5. The battery drops pretty fast, and the same happened with most of these mini lavalier microphones. So that's a pretty big advantage. As you can see, the unit, hanging from my neck right now, so you can use it, with the in-built microphone on the transmitter. Sounds pretty good. The audio is good. You can also use the included lavalier. It came for free. I mean, 2 of them for free. You have 2 transmitters, you can do interviews, you can use it for YouTube, control the volume from the transmitter itself or from the receiver if you are behind the camera. It's so handy. I mean, it's just slightly bigger than some of the competitions, but it's so good and it's well put together, and they all have a screen and a price that it just doesn't make any sense. I think this is going to be an absolute winner from Boya. And like I mentioned before, you can see that there are pin connections on the back. And these pin connections means that there is going to be some accessories in the future, maybe handheld microphones. There might be some charging boxes or charging cases, like there is the case with the Lark 150 or the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. And yeah, you can see how this mic, I think, is going to be evolving into a very affordable, convenient microphone for the masses. And then in the future, it's going to have more accessories. So this can highly recommend it. I apologize for the noise and inconvenience today. Wherever I go, noise follow me, wind and construction noises all over the place. But I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you have, please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you want to buy this mic, there's going to be links in the description down below. This is Gabby from Ray Studios. I'll catch you up on the next video.